Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today we're going to talk about very simple and very important ionic bonding. In my last video, we discussed metallic bonding, which is one of the important aspects, or you can say topic, for our O-level paper and especially chapter 2. So today we're going to learn about ionic bonding. It's a bonding where we do not share electrons, or there are no cations, or okay, of course there are cations, but there's no metallic bonding. Okay, don't share. What this ionic bonding does is that, let's just go with the definition first. It's a force of attraction between cations and anions. Eventually, it is a force of attraction between something positive and something negative. Cations are positive while anions are negative. And how is that? We'll know right now. What are cations exactly? Cations are atoms which loses electron and eventually gets a plus charge on it. Why? We'll know now. For example, we have a sodium. It has 11 electrons. The first two goes in the first shell, then 8, and then 1. This one electron that's left has to do something out of it. So we have this one electron which is left, and it actually needs to do something. It probably can lose an electron, or it probably can gain an electron. It wants actually 7 more electrons to get stable, because we have a preferred number that we already talk about, which is 0, 8, or full, right? It could go to 0 because it needs less energy. So what happens is that this Na actually loses one electron and gets a plus charge of 1. And that's how a cation is formed. And such as, if we talk about anions are the same. What they do is they gain the electron. They gain electron and eventually get minus sign on them. Okay, so for example, chlorine, its last shell has 7 electrons, right? That we know. And it needs 1 electron to stable itself. So what it does is that it actually gains that 1 electron and stables itself, but also makes an ion of chlorine minus 1, because it has actually gained 1 electron. Okay, so that's how we do it. There's a way to write cations and anions. For example, this equation will be written Na equals to Na plus 1 equals to 1, which this means that the simple sodium, when lose 1 electron, it got a positive charge within that 1 electron. And about this chlorine, what happens is this chlorine plus 1 electron equals to chlorine minus 1, which means the chlorine, when it gets 1 electron, it becomes chlorine minus 1 because it gained the electron, and here it loses the electron. So there's a exact difference in both of these places. Up now we'll talk about some properties of ionic bonding, which is then very important for O levels. If you don't know the properties, there is no purpose of actually studying what we're studying right now. We learned this thing have before, that these properties actually tell us a lot about bonding. अब in हमारे पास जो ionic compounds, so the properties that come is that हमारे पास जो ionic bond होता है उसके पास एक lattice type of structure होता है. ठीक है, the lattice structure is more like हम NaCl का ही बना लेते हैं. ठीक है, because ये ionic bonding से बना होता है. हमारे पास क्या होता है, एक Na प्लस होता है, it's combined with एक Cl, एक हमारे पास Cl माइनस होता है, that's combined with एक Na प्लस, एक ऐसे करके फिर हमारे पास सेम लेयर बस Na की ऐसे बन रही होती है, सेम हमारे पास Na का कुछ ऐसा बन रहा होता है, मतलब Na और Na से खुद से नहीं होता, स्ट्रॉन्ग, ठीक है, बट ये हमारे पास ऐसे करके एक टाइप ऑफ हमारे पास लैटिस स्ट्रक्चर बन रहा होता है. दिस इज़ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग स्ट्रक्चर. सो बिकॉज ऑफ दिस आयोनिक लैटिस स्ट्रक्चर, because of what, because of this ionic lattice structure, ठीक है, it is very hard. So one of those properties that we count in ionic bonding is that they are very hard. They have strong forces of attraction because यहाँ पे शेयरिंग ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन नहीं हो रही है, ठीक है, तो जिसकी वजह से स्ट्रॉन्ग फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन है, ठीक है. And when we have a strong force of attraction, eventually it has high melting point, ठीक है, and high boiling point, ठीक है, and within that it is bad conductor of electricity. Why is it? Because it has no free electron, because all the electrons have been working और वो stable हो चुके हैं. So bad conductor of electricity है eventually, ठीक है. बट हमारे पास जो आयोनिक कंपाउंड्स होते हैं, when they are molten मतलब जब वो लिक्विड फॉर्म के अंदर होते हैं, they are good conductors. So whensoever they are liquid, they are good conductors of electricity. When they're in a solid form, they are not good conductor. So that was all about ionic bonding in this video. We studied what is ionic bonding, what are these properties. The ionic lattice makes it hard. Within that, it has strong force of attraction and it has no free electrons, which makes it bad conductor. But when it comes into the liquid or in a solution kind of thing, it becomes a good conductor.